Good morning and welcome into the Lifeline Morning Show. I'm Steven. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. You know, I love getting your day started off on the right foot. And to help with that, I use an inspiring quote. And today, I got a little help. Michael Kelly reached out to me over on Gmail. And you know what? He sent me a quote. And I want to use it here. I love it. It's one of his favorite quotes from C.S. Lewis. And this is what it says. I think you're really going to love it. Very often, what God first helps us towards is not the virtue itself, but just this power of always trying again. For however important chastity or courage or truthfulness or any other virtue may be, this process trains us in habits of the soul, which are more important still. It cures our illusions about ourselves and teaches us to depend on God. We learn, on the one hand, that we cannot trust ourselves even in our best moments, and on the other, that we need not despair even in our worst. For our failures are forgiven. The only fatal thing is to sit down content with anything less than perfection. Wow, so powerful. You know what? That's pretty poignant there at the end, to sit down with anything less than perfection, but it reminds me of a particular verse. And it goes all the way back to Matthew chapter 5, verse 48. And Jesus said, "Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect." What is he saying there? Maybe it's not so much an invitation to do everything flawlessly. Maybe it's an invitation to better understand our Heavenly Father's plan and follow Him. So never settle for less than His perfection. I want you to think about that today. He's got big plans for you. Plans and purposes. Not for harm, but for your good. And you know what? It's our, I wouldn't say responsibility. It should be our delight to partner with Him in whatever He wants to do in our lives. I came across another guy, very inspirational guy. You've heard of him before. He's from 10th Avenue North. He's got a little something to say about this topic as well. And I'll bring it to you later on in the show. But it's all about what He has for us. What kind of attitude should we have when approaching Him? Asking Him, what do you want for me? What do you want for my career? And that's the question that Mike Donahue asks. And the way he flips it, oh, it's so good. Tell you what, I'll go ahead and get it ready and bring it to you next break, okay? So stick around right here. We'll hear from Mike Donahue, and who knows, we might hear one of their new songs, because 10th Avenue North is back. So thanks for hanging out with me right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. How about some Lauren Daigle for now? And these are the days. They say that radio is the theater of the mind, and so I'd like to paint a picture for you. Now, what I'm looking at right now is Mike Donahue standing in his kitchen, and he's standing, right next to his blender, right? And up in front of you, closest to the camera, between him and the camera, he's holding a fork. He's just holding it with tines up, about to give you a little message, and it's all about God's plan for our lives or God's plan for our careers, how we ask that question. And oh my goodness, the way that he flips this is amazing.
Get the fork out of here. I've wasted so much time asking, what's your will for my life, God? Instead of asking, God, what's your life for my will? Let me explain. I pray, God, what's your will for my career? And he shoots back, I need you to forgive that guy you're mad at. I go, whoa. I'm talking about my career here. And he goes, I know, I want to talk about your heart. I go, no, I want to talk about how you need to change my circumstances. And he goes, no, I want to change you. Reminds me of the time I was making a smoothie with my daughter, and we drop a fork in there. And we don't see it because we're too busy adding all the things we want to add to it. And we never stop to look inside and see there's a big old problem in there. So when we hit go on this thing, it starts going crazy like a cobra. There's sparks and smoke, and the fork bursts out the side because it doesn't matter how much you add, you got to get the fork out or it's going to come out sideways. And so I pray to God, would you just show me your plan for my life? And he says, would you just let my presence invade your plan? Stop trying to get the secret plan up there and worry about getting the fork out of here.
I love it. Here's 10th Avenue North with Invited. It's brand new from them. They're back. Turn it up. It's good.
like yours. When I was down and bound, you met me on the floor. So come open up my hands, open up my doors. Oh Lord, you know I want a heart like yours, yours. Everyone's invited to sit at the table. Don't matter.
I've been trying to figure out why I procrastinate so bad, because at nighttime, well, sometimes I just want to relax a little bit, right? Like last night, we're sitting there in the living room. We just got finished eating dinner, and I'm perusing my phone. Really not much to watch on the TV. We got election stuff going over there to see, who won, who didn't, and all that stuff. But I wanted to kind of sprawl out a little bit. So I go back to the bedroom, and I lay down and start looking at my phone. Before you know it, I'm on my side, and I'm just sleeping. And I wake up in like 5 minutes, like, where am I? And then I realize, I still haven't got the stuff I need to get done tonight. So I go into the living room and I get the weathers done. Every day when you hear Brad Travis on the radio, I have put his track with music and a word of life and all kinds of cool stuff, and I produced it, and I sent it over to the station, and I put it in place. So it takes a little while to get everything done at night, but sometimes it's like I know what I need to do so I can go to bed, but I just want to go lay down for a few minutes. Did that ever happen to you? Well, you know what? I think maybe we should give an early bedtime a little more prominence in our lives. You ever notice that when you go to bed a little earlier, you feel a little better the next morning? Yeah? Well, you're not the only one, and I'm not the only one to have experienced that. In fact, got a comedian ready to tell us all about, well, the effects of an early bedtime. So stick around and you can hear it next after For King and Country. And what are we waiting for? First, it's a progression and then it's a regression. It's funny how this works. Okay, so when you're a kid, what does your parent give you? A bedtime. You've got to go to bed by this particular time. Now, weekends are usually, fair game. No bedtime then. On Friday night and Saturday night, maybe. Saturday night might be a little limited because church on Sunday morning, but you know what I mean. You at least get one night where you don't really have much of a bedtime. And you're like, I can't wait till I grow up and I don't have a bedtime anymore. And then you push the limits. Sometimes you stay up until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. But then as you get older and you become an adult, well, you start to play around with that a little bit, right? It's like, well, how late can I stay up and still feel refreshed tomorrow? And then you reach that limit. I don't know what it is for you. Maybe it's 10:30, 11, 12 o'clock, maybe. Yeah, maybe you're a real night owl. Well, and then a little later on, you start experimenting with pulling it back a little bit. It's like, hey, how would I feel if I got a little more sleep at night? And then it starts going back to that, the bedtime hour kind of thing. Yeah, well, Joe Zimmerman found himself in that very situation, and he talks about it. Here, see what you think about this.
I really started messing around with early bedtime, and that is addictive. Start cozying up at 10, you're like, where's this been? 10 is the gateway to 9:30. Next thing I know, I'm curling up at 8:45. Your friends are like, where you been, Joe? You're like, busy. Super busy. I got good relationships and stuff. 8 p.m. is the overdose of early bedtime. That's when you've gone too far. You wake up 3 refreshed.
Yeah. What do you think about that? Mm-hmm. Have you tried the 8 o'clock bedtime? It is a little much, isn't it? Yeah, 3 o'clock. When I wake up at 3, it's so hard to get back to sleep. I got to get up at 4:30. So anyway, hey, I'm right there with you. Thanks for hanging out with me. You're on the Lifeline Morning Show. I got Citizen Way here with Bulletproof. Turn it up. It's a good song. It might make you want to move a little bit.
I used to live like I was under attack, dodging arrows from my past. I had no hope for tomorrow.
Little programming note for you. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, we are going to have a very special guest. Yeah, Gracia Olivas is going to be with us. She is the woman who started using that pocket prayer and using your hand as 5 different topics for prayer when talking with God. And she uses it with her kids. It's an amazing strategy to build their faith. And it's something that she's going to be talking with us about tomorrow at 8 o'clock here on the show, live on the radio. And of course, she's going to be on our socials over Zoom with us as well. So I'm so thankful that she's carved out some time for us. Again, that's tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Now, let's talk about this morning. Well, coming up here in about 10 minutes, we've got the car line competition. I don't know if you heard this or not, but we've got 18 gift cards in this first question. So be ready to call in and win. That's a lot of love to share with a lot of people, putting smiles on people's faces, helping you to make somebody else's day better. So be here at 7. I love a good cartoon. How about you? Hot dog! I love this song. Been a while since I heard it.
Hot dog! Hot dog, hot dog, hot diggity dog. Now we got ears inside.
What do you think? Yeah? Has it been a while since you heard it too? You're like, no, Steven, I hear it every single day. I understand, but for those of you in the car right now headed to school, maybe it's been a while since you heard it. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse? I mean, come on, it's a lot of fun, right? But you know what? As you get older, you start to realize that these cartoons are awesome, but there are real people behind the voices. They lend their voices to these animated characters, and you get to learn their names. Like, I wonder if you know the name of the real-life person who voices Goofy. His name is Bill Farmer. How about the real-life person who voices Pete the cat? Well, his name is Jim Cummings. He's also the voice of Winnie the Pooh and a whole lot of other Disney characters, even Darkwing Duck from when I was a kid. So what's it like when these two bump into each other, say at a Comic Con? It happens quite often, and I have a little proof of what it sounds like. So here they are. They're just standing side by side. There are no characters. There's no cartoon. It's just them talking to one another in those respective voices. Here, take a listen how that sounds.
Well, as they say back at the house, gorge.
Yeah, but you gotta go gorge like that, right?
Gorge.
Well,
like
how's
that.
it going, guy? That's what you say.
There they are, just having fun out and about. Hey, I'd love to bump into those guys. Could you imagine being a part of all these kids' childhood, even my childhood? That's crazy, right? Hey, you know what else is fun? Winning gift cards. Gonna do it next. So let's say that I just have a good feeling. Somebody's gonna be taking home a whole lot of gift cards with this first question. Say it with me in 3, 2, 1. Give me the horn. All right, now let's go ahead and crank that engine and let's start that music so I can say, hey everybody, it's time to play the car line competition. Your chance to win some gift cards this morning. It is a trivia game. I ask a question, give you the cue to call. You call me up, give me the right answer, and share some love with other people because you don't win 1, not 2, but 3 gift cards on a normal day. But this morning, it's been rolling over. You know why? Well, we've had a little bit of a train rolling through, so we're up to 18 gift cards on this first question. Do you have what it takes to bring home all 18 gift cards? Well, let's find out. Here we go. Which one of these South American countries is landlocked? Is it Ecuador, Paraguay, Uruguay, or Colombia? 256-505-0885. You're like, Steven, that's so hard. I know. It's an 18 gift card question. And I've already got a caller. Stay on the phone line with me while I start this next song and I'll get your answer. All right, here is Cade Thompson with Arms of Jesus. Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name?
Amora Gonzalez.
Amora?
Yes, sir.
What does your name mean, Amora?
Love, I believe.
Thought so. It's such a cool name. So how old are you?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
13.
13. What grade?
8.
Oh, perfect. You know, sometimes I don't get a lot of those middle schoolers and almost high schoolers calling me. They're like, no, I don't want to call because I'm too nervous. But don't be nervous, right? This is going to be fun. I got a question for you. Now, do you know a lot about South America?
Kind of.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see how good your geography skills are. Which one of these South American countries is landlocked? Is it Ecuador, Paraguay, Uruguay, or Colombia?
Paraguay.
How did you know that?
My dad told me.
Congratulations to you. You just won 18 gift cards. Amora, what do you think about that?
That's awesome.
I think it's awesome too. You know what? That's a lot of love you can share with a lot of people. Yeah. So, you want to tell me about two of those special people?
Probably my two sisters, Adeline and Alicia.
Your sisters? Really? You want to shout them out? You must really love them or something. Tell me something special about each one.
They're like me in their own little way.
Really? So what is it about the one sister that you just think is so awesome?
Alicia is very funny and has no filter, so I love that about her.
Kind of a loose cannon, huh? All right, and then how about that other sister?
Adeline, she's like me, just smaller, and I really like that about her.
Awesome, a mini-me. We all need a mini-me. That is so cool. All right, well, 18 gift cards going to be headed your way. I need to grab your address real quick so I can get them sent your way, okay?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. One last question for you, Amora. Why do you like listening to this radio station?
I don't know. We always have it turned on in the morning, and it gets me ready for school
Really?
and gets me in a good mood.
Aw, that's awesome. Hey, we're just trying to make your day a little bit better. Are we doing an okay job?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll get these gift cards sent your way. Congratulations.
Thank you. You have a great day.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye.
Amora Gonzalez taking home 18 gift cards. Oh my goodness. I didn't know if that train would ever end, but I'm so glad that she's going to be putting some smiles on people's faces. That is so cool. I love doing this car line competition. A big thank you to all the companies, all the businesses that get on board with us. You know, we've got Gunnersville Chick-fil-A, Albertville Home Bakery, and the Caring Heart Thrift Store and Arab been such an integral part of this competition for such a long time. So thankful. And hey, let's not waste any more time. I need to just go ahead and get this question out here. So what is well, let me see. Let me clear the phone line first. What is a cabana? Is it a handkerchief, a dried grape, a beach shelter, or a large lizard? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. There's my caller. Stay on the phone line with me while I start Phil Wickham. And I believe 88.5 JFM. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, what's going on, Grace?
Nothing.
All right, so you're headed to school.
Yes.
All right, I got a question for you.
All right.
What is a cabana? Is it a handkerchief, a dried grape, a beach shelter, or a large lizard?
A beach shelter.
A beach shelter is correct. Congratulations to you. 3 gift cards, girly. What do you think about that?
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So tell me about 2 very special people you want to share your gift cards with.
So first would be my friend Polly.
Okay. What do you love about Polly?
She's just really bubbly and she's really fun.
Aw, that's cool. And who's that second friend?
The second one is Jovi Walters.
Oh, cool. What do you love about Jovi?
She's real fun, and at recess, it's really fun with her.
Nice. Well, girly, thank you for shouting some people out. I know how to get these gift cards to you, so I'll make sure you get them so you can give them to your classmates. And I hope you have the best day ever.
All right.
All right. I love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Thank you. Your song.
Oh, yeah. What song you want to hear?
It's gonna be a good day. Good day.
I can play that for you. Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
It's not every day I get to hear from my wife and daughter. Grace on her way to school. Cassie is on her way to school too because she's a teacher over at Fairview Middle School. So yeah, so cool to hear from them this morning. Well, let's talk about that last question. A cabana is a beach shelter. Now, I was thinking, how could it sound like a kerchief, like a handkerchief? Well, a cabana doesn't sound like a hanky. How about a dried grape? Well, that's a raisin. A cabana and a raisin? What? A beach shelter, it was the correct answer. And then a large lizard, I was thinking, what, iguana? But no, not a cabana. Cabana is a beach shelter, and I'm hoping to see a cabana in the next few months. Yeah, maybe headed to the beach. I hope you get to go too, because there's nothing like being right there, hearing the waves crash on the shore and the seagulls above you and feeling the warmth of the sun and the cool breeze. Oh, it's like I'm transported there right now. Goodness. Yeah. Okay, so I got another question here. I wonder if you have what it takes to win some gift cards. Let's find out. So which of these is a Spanish word for a type of bean? Is it Fargo, fajita, frijol, or fandango? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. Already got my caller. Y'all are quick this morning. Stay on the phone line with me while I start this next song. I'm going to get your answer. Here's that song by request. It's called Good Day. Hey, good morning.
Good morning. I'm so glad we're through. It's my daughter's birthday, Meredith.
Meredith.
We missed your question. Can you repeat the question?
Sure. So first, let me find out. How old is Meredith turning today?
9.
9 years old? Oh, that's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, all right. Here's your question. So, we're looking for the Spanish word that is a type of bean. Is it Fargo, fajita, frijol, or fandango?
Frijol.
Yes, that's exactly right. Congratulations to you. You just won 3 gift cards, Meredith. What do you think about that?
Thank you.
Are you excited?
Yes.
I'm excited too. Now, here's the way it works. We're giving you 3. We want you to keep 1 and give the other 2 away to 2 very special people. Think about that. I mean, today's your big day, and we're putting a smile on your face, and then we get to give you 2 gift cards to give to other people to put smiles on their faces too. So what 2 people you want to shout out for me?
My mom and my dad.
Aw, what's special about that dad of yours?
He works sometimes all night that he needs his card because he earned it.
Oh, I gotcha. All right. And then now, something special about your mom.
Just for this call, she woke up really early just for this.
Really? Oh, that is so cool. Well, I am so glad to hear from you this morning. And I think you got an amazing family, Meredith. So,
Thank you.
do you feel any older today now that you're 9?
No.
No? I hope you never feel older because, hey, you're just as young as you feel. Like, for instance, I am 41 years old. Could you imagine that, Meredith? 41? Oh.
No.
I've been around for a while, but guess what? I don't feel like I'm 41. I feel like I'm maybe in my 20s. So I hope you always feel young and have a good day today, okay?
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you.
Thank you. Can I talk back to Mom real quick?
Yes, this is me.
Hey, Mom. That's pretty special. She said you got up early and you got a hold of that phone so you could call in and win these gift cards for her.
Yes, let me tell you, she has been wanting to call for many, many days every morning. And I'm like, I can't, baby. I've got to drive you to school. I'm like, wait for a special day. How about your birthday? It's coming soon. So we woke up early. We did our early routine so I can pull over and we can call.
Oh, that's awesome.
So let me tell you, you made her day. You have made her day. And I don't have to hear about it every morning. Can you call? Can you call?
I love it. One last question for you, Mom. Why do you listen to this radio station?
Because of your energy. You just keep me awake and you keep me going in the morning road trip for school.
Oh,
so
thank you.
keep that energy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye. Meredith, happy birthday to you. Oh my, 9 years old. I can tell you, 9 years old is a great year. I've been experiencing it with my little girl. She's 9 too. So I'm so glad we could be a part of your special day. And Mom, way to go. I mean, my goodness. Putting everything together, making sure you were able to call in this morning. I am honored you made us part of the big day. All right. Well, hey, tell you what. We've got a lot more show left to go, but we're to the end of the car line competition for today. We'll pick it back up tomorrow at 7 o'clock, starting fresh with 3 gift cards. So I'm looking forward to that. And let's see, 2.5 hours of show left here. What are we going to talk about? Well, stick around because I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at the subject matter you're going to hear this morning. I'm always trying to bring you different topics, things to make you think sometimes and other things to make you laugh. So thank you for making us part of your day right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Let me tell you about your word of life, though. Today, it's so good. From Daniel chapter 12, verse 3, in the New Living Translation of the Bible, those who are wise will shine as bright as the sky, and those who lead many to righteousness will shine like the stars forever. Wow. Are you letting your light shine today? Are you letting people know about your faith? Are you telling them about what you found? Have you shared the good news today? I know it's kind of a daunting task when you think about it, because on one side, it's like, how do I bring that up in conversation? How do I just blatantly come out and say, hey, do you know Jesus? Sometimes that can be a weird question to ask somebody just, out of the blue. So we made it real easy for you to kind of slip into that conversation by using this word of life. Share it with somebody and use it as a conversation starter. We've got it for you in photo and video form on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and TikTok. And it's always at the top of our website, 885jfm.com. And if you could use some more confidence in sharing your faith, we've got more resources for you right now on our website. On the main menu at 885jfm.com, go over to the Dive In tab and then click Share Your Faith. We've got it in English and Spanish right there. We want to help equip you to share your faith with other people. Who knows? You might just plant that seed in somebody's heart that comes out to be salvation, and you were a part of that. And you get to partake in that particular scripture from today. Leading people to righteousness, shining like a star forever. It's a pretty big deal. All right. Right now, I'm taking a look at my streaming map. I see you in Helsinki, Finland, hanging out with us right now. Also, I see you here in North Alabama. We got you listening in Arab right now. And Joel Mattis hanging out with us in Palm Coast, Florida. Hey, you know what? I love that so many people tune in. Not just here in the States. We're talking about around the world. We had Hong Kong listening last week. We've had Canada. We've had Slovakia. We've had the Caribbean. People in the Caribbean listening. It's just crazy to me. Yeah. That this little station in North Alabama can reach the world, and guess what? You're a part of our story. So whether you're listening to us on the stream or on the radio or even on the podcast over on Spotify, thank you for being here. You're the reason why we're here in the first place. If you would, send me an email, lifeline@885jfm.com. Let me know your name and where you're listening to us from, because I want to shout you out by name here on the radio, okay? I'm looking for it. It's lifeline@885jfm.com. Earlier we were talking with the birthday girl. She called in and won some gift cards. Her mom got on the phone. And she called me before I even really got the question out. She must have. Because as soon as I cleared that phone line, I was seeing my phone light up. And they were able to win some gift cards. I think it was awesome. She turned 9 years old. And I was talking a little bit about how I hope you never feel old. And I was telling her, I don't really feel that old. I'm 41, but I feel like I'm in my 20s. I really do. And so I hope I can always hold on to that. But that being said, I do know that, the body is getting older. And with that come a few changes. Recently I was told that I've got high blood pressure, and I've never had a problem with my blood pressure until recently. So I'm on medication, everything's good, keeping it down where it needs to be. So I'm feeling healthier, right? And there are things that you notice. Your body kind of gets a little worn out, gets a little sore. You don't have as much energy as you used to have. That's just one of the things that comes with this body getting older. Right? And we have to deal with it. And some people, they have to deal with pretty complicated medical conditions, sometimes even strokes. And I hate to hear that somebody has gone through a stroke, but it's also an opportunity for us to pray for them, because God made the body. He knows exactly how to fix it. So I believe that God still heals. And I've got proof that he does. In fact, I'm going to tell you about a 67-year-old guy. You've probably heard of him before. He suffered an ischemic stroke. And basically, it's a blood clot that traveled from his heart to his brain, and he's doing better now. Prayer works. He's going to tell you all about it, though, as we hear from Sinbad coming up a little later on the show. So stick around, okay? I think you're going to love this. A little confirmation that God, he's still a miracle worker. Here's Consumed by Fire. Walk with Jesus.
Love me, stand behind me, come what may. I realize that I'm ready, 'cause I finally heard them sing.
When's the last time you heard that song? Yeah, we're talking about A Different World. Do you remember that TV show used to come on? Yeah, it's one of those binge-worthy shows. Me and my wife have watched almost every episode of that. I think she's watched them all. I might have skipped a couple. But one actor that was really a part of that show was Sinbad. You know who I'm talking about, that comedian, right? Been around for a while. He's so funny. Yeah, he was in 77 episodes of A Different World. And some people have kind of followed his career. You see him on TV from time to time, maybe on a movie here and there. But did you know that he suffered an ischemic stroke? Yeah, a blood clot that went to his brain, and he's had to relearn how to walk. At one point, he was put in an induced coma. so that he could recover from the stroke. And guess what? He is doing better these days. In fact, the reason why I brought up A Different World is because they've been doing A Different World tour across different HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities, across the nation. They were just in Atlanta on the 29th of February, and I was looking at their website. Looks like they're going to be in Montgomery coming up in April. So they got that going on. They'll be in Washington, D.C. in April as well. But Sinbad was able to do a little Zoom interview to kind of be there, not in person, but at least he was able to be a part of the event. And he was able to address everybody. And tell you the truth, he was really taken aback that so many of the younger generation these days know him from that show. Completely astounded by that. And so I want to play a little snippet from Sinbad. He had a little something to say about the situation he's been in lately, about how much fun he had, but also about how he believes in prayer. I think it's going to encourage you this morning. Take a listen.
Man, that was so cool. A Different World, going to Atlanta, going to Morehouse College on the campuses, and getting a chance to be on a Zoom and say something to the kids. It's wild that the kids even know who I am. That's beautiful. Thank you to everybody who's been praying for me and saying good things and supporting me during this time in my life. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. God has been with us, and He's carried me. Well, He's carried me through my whole life. And it means so much when I hear from y'all and you tell me, Sinbad, keep going, saying, Sinbad, we're sending prayers, we're praying, my family's praying for you. Those words are important, and I feel it. I feel those prayers. I want to say this to all the people who've emailed me through the website. Some of you are going through what I'm going through, or even worse than me. I'm reading these things. I'm going to try to answer as many as I can. I pray for you and understand what it's like. It's rough. I want to thank all of y'all who've been fans and friends all these years of mine. Thank you so much. Expect to see more of me soon. And don't freak out if you turn around, I'm standing right behind you. Sinbad, I can't believe you're here. You can't believe it. You better believe it. Miracles happen.
Miracles happen. I love that. I'm so glad he's doing better. Yeah, he's come a long way. Wow. You know what? His faith has been a big part of his life since he was a kid. Did you know he was actually born with the name? I'll tell you his name in a second. He was born to Louise and Dr. Donald Beckley Adkins. Now, Dr. Donald was a Baptist reverend. So this faith has been a part of his life for a really long time. And he's really embracing it later in life. At 67 years old, he's doing well. And I just wanted to bring you that report, a little proof that God, He still heals. He's still a miracle worker. So be encouraged today. You can trust in Him. I just realized I left you hanging on that last Sinbad story. I told you I'd tell you his actual name. It's David Adkins, born November 10th, 1956. And born up in Benton Harbor, Michigan. Pretty cool story about how he's come through that stroke. Prayer works. God is a miracle worker. And so I'm so glad to share stories like that to encourage your faith, because we need some good news. In the middle of all the bad, we need some good, don't we? You were born for such a time as this. It's no mistake that you're on the earth right now. God's got a plan and a purpose for your life, and He is your firm foundation. I just wanted to remind you of that today. Hey, be encouraged. Hold your head up high. Everything's going to be just fine. I absolutely love hearing from you. I just got off the phone with Jennifer Browning, and she works here in Gunnersville over at Farm Fresh Foods. And she called in asking about a song she heard on the radio a few minutes ago. And she said, hey, that song, Gonna Have a Good Day. Who's that by? I said, that's Forrest Frank. And she said, well, I'm going to get it and put it on repeat. I said, tell you what, I'll play it for you here on the show. And she said, well, I'm going to tune in right now. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for making us part of your day. Now here's your song.
Okay. I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say.
I have asked you to send me an email about those things that you kind of start to appreciate as you get older. Those things when you were a kid, maybe they were a little off-putting, but since you've learned, hey, this is the reason why that is the way that it was. and now you really appreciate it. Well, I think you're really going to love this one. In fact, you might want to grab the tissue because Sean, he's got a story for us. He wrote this. I've shared this before, but it's a very important thing I realized I did not appreciate until I was an adult. When I was a kid, my dad and I had a tradition every week of going to the video store and renting a movie or two to watch together. I remember I used to get really upset at him because every single time we'd actually start to watch the movie, he would fall asleep. It wasn't until I was older that I realized that the reason he would fall asleep was because he was exhausted from working 2 very physically demanding jobs to try and give me the best life he possibly could. On top of that, even though he was tired, he still made an effort to try and start a little tradition with me and spend time with me. Those memories of me having to nudge my dad are so great in my eyes because they made me realize what a caring and hardworking man he was and still is to this day. Wow. Sean didn't understand what was going on at the time, but now that he's grown, he gets it. That's huge. So I wonder, what is that thing for you that you didn't quite appreciate when you were young, but now you get it? You understand the way it is, and now you really appreciate it. Maybe it's like Sean. Maybe it's a story like that, or something completely different. I would love to hear from you. And don't be nervous, because I will not take the phone call live on the air. I'll record it. I'll edit it down and make you sound amazing on the radio. So no need to be nervous. We're going to have some fun here. Let's reminisce. Let's walk down memory lane together. Will you trust me? 256-505-0885 is a number to call. Again, one of those stories of something that you didn't quite appreciate when you were a kid, but now that you're older, you understand it and you appreciate it so much more. 256-505-0885 is the number to call. Now, a song by request. It's Ann Wilson with Strong. Sometimes we tend to remember things more fondly just because they happened in the past. That way our childhood might seem better than it actually was. You know what that's called? Rosy Retrospection. How cool is that? Experts say that the phenomenon is a cognitive bias that runs parallel with the concept of nostalgia, though the latter does not always directly imply a biased recollection. But it's nothing to be scared of. It happens to most of us, actually. It's just how our brains process memories over time. Young adults tend to remember their childhood as their golden age. For older adults, it's their young adult years that seem to be the best. So, this morning, I want to have a little rosy retrospection with you. Will you trust me to walk down memory lane with you? I wonder what's something from your childhood you didn't quite understand. Something you didn't really appreciate. But now that you're older, you totally get it. It's like, oh, that's the reason why that's the way it was. Now I get it. And now you appreciate that thing. What is it? I'd love to hear from you. 256-505-0885 is the number to call. And don't worry, no reason to be nervous. I will not take the phone call live. I'll record it, go back and edit it, make you sound amazing, put it on the radio, and we'll help each other out a little bit. We'll reminisce a little of years gone by. Something from our childhood. Yeah, let's revisit it together. 256-505-0885. All right, while I'm waiting on your call, here's We the Kingdom and Jesus Does. 88.5 JFM, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm good. As far as the not understanding and the family thing, I didn't understand how much things changed and how much your parents actually love you. And so, love and understanding and patience.
Wow.
Big thing. Didn't understand especially the patience thing until I got a lot older.
Really?
And so now, so now I'm a single mother of an 18-year-old myself, and now I'm quite understanding of it.
Gotcha.
Took a long time, though.
Yeah. Whoa.
So love and family and patience.
I got you. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's huge. And now, you said you have an 18-year-old?
I do.
What's that like?
Crazy. So he's ADHD, so it's really hard to get him to understand my points of view. So we butt heads a lot.
Yeah,
And it's really hard.
I got you.
But, you know, he's 18, and I love him to death. I wouldn't change him for nothing in the world, but because he's just, like I said, he's all boy and no cares. And I'm trying to get him to understand, son, you can't act like this, you know.
Yeah.
You got to grow up a little bit here, you know.
I got you.
So it's a battle. It's a little bit of a battle.
Right. Well, stay strong, Mom. I think you're on the right track. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, and I love your morning show. It lifts me up every morning when I'm on my way to work, and I just thank you very much.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thanks for those kind words.
You have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Wow. Thank you so much for calling me this morning. That's exactly what we're talking about. Those things from our childhood that we didn't quite appreciate at the time, but now that we're adults, well, we've learned to appreciate them. We see them in a different light. I wonder if you have a similar story, something like that. 256-505-0885 is a number to call. Again, it's 256-505-0885. No reason to be nervous because I record the call and edit it down and make you sound amazing on the radio. So don't be nervous about calling. 256-505-0885. Apparently, our most vivid long-term memories happen between the ages of 10 and 30. And those are the years that our brains remember the best. We also tend to concentrate on our 20s because many significant life events occurred during those years. College graduation, marriage, having children. This age period is also called the reminiscence bump. But it's not simply about the things and events that we remember. The more important factor is how we felt during them. That's what we register the best. And that's what triggers us to remember these events in a positive light. Also because younger people tend to be more optimistic about the world and the future. Our memories are made even better by the dopamine we had when we lived those experiences. So this morning, I'm inviting you to walk down memory lane with me. And I wonder if maybe you'll trust me to walk down memory lane with you. See, we're talking about those things from our childhood that we didn't quite appreciate when we were kids. But now that we're adults, we understand why they were that way, and we actually appreciate them even more. Maybe it was a really hard time in your childhood, something that you didn't really see eye to eye with your parents about. Maybe it was a time where you felt like you were just let down. But now, all these years later, you look at it and you realize that, hey, I know why that didn't happen now, and I understand it. I can appreciate that. And then there are the little fun things like this one, falling asleep somewhere, like in the car, and waking up in your bed. Yep, you didn't walk there. Nope, you were carried there. Mom or dad put you there. Isn't that cool? I love those memories. Oh, you know what? Reminiscing, it does you good sometimes, especially when you're thinking about the good stuff. So many times we fall into that trap of mulling over the bad stuff that's happened, ruminating. Well, I don't want to ruminate. I want to reminisce with you this morning. So what is something from your childhood that you appreciate so much more these days? It could even be something like, 3 months of summer vacation. Didn't you love that as a kid? Wouldn't you love to have that now as an adult? Oh, yeah. 256-505-0885 is the number to call. Again, something from your childhood you didn't quite understand. You didn't value it much, but now that you're grown, it's like, yeah, I see the value in it now. 256-505-0885 is a number to call. All right, time for one more song before your weather and your word of life. Here's Rachel Lampa and Somebody to You. 88.5 JFM. Good morning.
Hey, Stephen.
Hey, what's going on, Patsy?
Well, you just keep asking.
I know, right? I'm loving this topic because there's one thing I learned in psychology class in college. That's we love what we know. And I know people have stories to tell, so I'm just trying to warm people up to the idea of sharing them, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
great.
Do you have a story for me?
I do.
All right, I'm ready for it.
Okay, well, growing up, my mom didn't work. She worked hard, but she stayed at home. She didn't work outside the home, I should say.
Gotcha.
She was a stay-at-home mom. And she did such a fabulous job of that.
Wow.
She made our home a home. It was the place everybody, my cousins all called her Aunt Margie, and everybody wanted to go to Aunt Margie's house. It wasn't always the cleanest. It wasn't always the fanciest, the newest furniture and all that, but there was just so much love there because she made it a home. And, I remember so much about growing up. When we came home from school, we rode the bus. We went to the Grove.
Yeah.
And we rode the school bus most days. And when we came home, we went into the back door of our house, and my mother was always in the kitchen. I don't know if she stayed in the kitchen all day, or she just made it a point to be in the kitchen when we came in from school.
Wow.
She was always in the kitchen waiting for us to come home. And if she wasn't in the kitchen, we got on the phone calling somebody, trying to find out where she was, or go to my aunt's house next door to see if they knew where she was. But it was just, that's what she did.
Yeah.
She loved us. I have 3 sisters and a nephew that she raised, and she loved us all equally. And she, regardless of what we did, what we got into, and the messes that we made, she loved us unconditionally.
Wow.
And she was the one that, my daddy was a hard worker, and he provided. We didn't have always the finest clothes and everything we wanted, but we had what we needed because he worked hard, but she worked so hard to make our house, our home, a home.
And now that you're grown, now that you're an adult, you know what kind of hard work it takes to put a home together like that.
It does.
Yeah.
I'm not working outside the home right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it is hard work. It's constant, 24/7. Mm-hmm. It's not like, 9 to 5, 8-hour day and it's over. No, it's 24/7.
Right.
And, she did it well.
Well, thank you for sharing about your mom. I think that is awesome. I appreciate that so much.
Everybody that knew her loved her.
Wow.
She was well loved.
Yeah.
So
good memories.
And she loved well. Yeah, they are good memories.
Well, thank you for sharing, Patsy.
Thank you, Stephen.
Right.
Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, Patsy, for trusting me. We walked down memory lane together. I got to learn a little bit about your mom. I think that's awesome. And I love the way that she put together a home. And now that you're grown, you understand how much it took to make that happen. And that's what we're talking about this morning, is those things from our childhood that maybe we didn't quite appreciate as much as we should have. And we didn't know to appreciate them because we didn't fully understand what all went into them. That's a question I've got for you this morning. Do you have a story? You want to tell me one of those things from your childhood? I'd love to hear it. 256-505-0885. And don't be nervous. I won't take the phone call live on the air. I'll get it and record it and edit it down and make you sound amazing on the radio, and we can all reminisce with you. I love doing this. I love learning more about you, and I love walking down memory lane. All right, let's get a song in here. First, the phone number, 256-505-0885. Again, 256-505-0885. I'd love to walk down memory lane with you. All right, in the meantime, Katie Nicole, and Hold On, right here on the Lifeline Morning Show, on your 88.5 JFM, making your day better. We're talking this morning about those things from our childhood that we didn't quite fully appreciate the way that we should have way back then. But now that we're grown, well, we get it. We understand why it was the way it was. So I've got something for you here. Ed, well, he's taking us down memory lane. He says, when I was a little kid, there were a few times when I was riding my bike around the neighborhood in the afternoon, and my dad happened to see me while on his way home from work. We would always, quote, race back to the house. And I thought I must have been on the fastest bike ever because I'd always win, even though my dad was in his car. After a while, I completely forgot about it. Then, when I was 18, my dad was teaching me how to drive a stick in the same car he had when that happened way back then. And I happened to drive past a kid about the same age I was on a bicycle. Suddenly, I remembered those races again. And at the same time, I realized that my dad had been revving the engine in neutral. Wow, they go out of their way to make us feel special. And you don't understand that until later on in life. And maybe you have the opportunity to help your kid feel special too. So I just wanted to bring up one of those memories for you. It just makes you feel good. Those good memories, reminiscing about the good stuff. I'm so glad we've been able to do that this morning. Thanks so much for hanging out with me here on the Lifeline Morning Show. All right, so I've got a song here, but I will tell you in advance that you might want to be getting your lips ready, because I think we're going to have the opportunity to finally do what we've been trying to do all morning long. And it's coming up after Jordan Feliz. And the King is alive. Oh, you could use your lips to whistle like Jordan here. Let's do it together. You're sounding great. Keep it up.
Come on now, get in line with it. Sing it out, tell him God did it. He beat the grave and he's still living. Risen to set the soul free. Why would I?
It's been a long time coming. This morning, I've been exercising my lips in anticipation of this moment because we haven't been able to kiss those 60s yet. So let's check those temperatures. 56 right now in Boaz and in Arab. It's 58 in Huntsville. It's 59 in Coleman. And oh, what's this? 60 degrees in Bluntsville? You mean I finally get to... Oh. Ooh. Yes. 60 degrees feels kind of good, doesn't it? Who knows when we're going to hit those 70s, but I'll be happy with 60s for now. Hey, it's cloudy, it's rainy, a little wet, a little dreary outside, but I keep reminding you to find the good in that, because all that rain is going to help all those flowers and all those trees keep budding and blooming and turning beautiful for spring. So, oh, by the way, we're going to have to spring forward pretty soon, too. Remember that. Isn't that this weekend? Yeah, we'll talk more about it as we get closer. But let me tell you a little bit about your word of life. You see, today it comes to you from Daniel chapter 12, verse 3, in the New Living Translation of the Bible. Those who are wise will shine as bright as the sky, and those who lead many to righteousness will shine like the stars forever. I love that. That's good stuff, isn't it? It's worth sharing with somebody, too. So why don't you share that word of life with, I don't know, a friend, a family member, maybe even a complete stranger. Maybe one of your Facebook, quote, friends. Maybe one of those acquaintances. You liked each other's profile. Yeah, you might just plant a seed in their heart when you share this word of life. We've got it ready for you across Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and TikTok. And it's always at the top of our website, 885jfm.com. So, you know what? Time has kind of gotten away from me. It's time for me to bid you adieu. But before I do, I want to share with you the inspiring quote of the day. Today's comes to you from Michael Kelly, who shared it with me. Now, he's not the one who coined this phrase, but he did share it with me, and I'm so glad he did. I'm always looking forward to hearing from everybody listening to us here on the station. And if you have an inspiring quote you want to share with me, please send it to me. It's Lifeline at 885jfm.com. Here's what Michael sent to me. It says, very often what God first helps us towards is not the virtue itself, but just the power of always trying again. For however important chastity or courage or truthfulness or any other virtue may be, this process trains us in habits of the soul, which are more important still. It cures our illusions about ourselves and teaches us to depend on God. We learn, on the one hand, that we cannot trust ourselves even in our best moments, and on the other hand, that we need not despair even in our worst. For our failures are forgiven. The only fatal thing is to sit down content with anything less than perfection. Oh, my goodness. Michael, I'm so glad you shared that with me. Come on. I love that last line. The only fatal thing is to sit down content with anything less than perfection. Is that saying that we have to be perfect? No, it is not. It is saying that we look to Him for His perfection. We're seeking our God out, that He's got it all under control. I don't know about you, but that makes me happy. So, hey, be inspired, encouraged today, because you are not alone. God's with you every step of the way. I'm so glad I can remind you of it. All right, be back here tomorrow. We're going to have some fun, and we'll be talking with Gracia Olivas. She is a mom who is just trying to instill in her kids the importance of their faith. And she does this thing called a pocket prayer, and she's going to explain it. It's tomorrow at 8 o'clock here on the show. She'll be live with us, and not just on the radio, but also over on, Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. So, yeah, we're always looking for great guests. In fact, I'm working on another funny guest. Yeah, you know him as, he was on It's a Southern Thing. It's this guy. I'll tell you more about it as we get closer. I don't want to give it away too quick. So I'm always working to make the show better, and I hope that it comes across that way, because it is our goal here to help make your day just a little bit better. And so we always want to bring you new and exciting stuff and give away some things, like with the car line competition. We'll do that again tomorrow starting at 7. And there's another concert coming with the Newsboys. You'll be hearing more about that as we get a little closer. And you just never know what you might hear about. We're always working on new things. But thank you so much for making us part of your day. You know what? We just celebrated 28 years this past September. We're going on 29 and 30 next year. Oh my. It's been a wild ride. I've been here for 8 of them, and I'm telling you, I've had a blast. I really do enjoy hanging out with you, and I hope it comes across that way. All right, see you right back here tomorrow from 6 to 10 on the Lifeline Morning Show. Sound good? Sound good. See you later.